sponsored by any of the products used in this video. Hello darlings, and welcome back to my channel. If you enjoyed today's video, please give me a sparkly thumbs up, leave a lovely comment because I enjoy reading them, and if you ring that bell below, you'll receive a notification as to when my next video will air. So let me start by apologizing. Last week I did not air a video and I really missed you guys, but I do have a very good explanation as to why. Well, at the moment I'm in the process of actually moving. Unfortunately, I have no idea where I'm moving to, and I literally have a matter of weeks, hence the stress. Yeah, it has been a tough couple of weeks. I actually moved into the place that I'm in now about 4 or 5 years ago after an extremely painful breakup, and so I looked at this place as a transitional place for me to kind of get myself back together, figure what I was doing and where I was going. And there was a time when I did consider purchasing the apartment, but you know, I think it's time to move on, and that unfortunately didn't happen. But as you know, right now interest rates are extremely low, the cost of property is extremely high, and the amount of inventory is about this much. You have like 18 people per home trying to purchase, you know, so it's a real dog eat dog world out there right now. So there is a lot of stress going on. So last week I just did not have the time to do a video, but I am going to continue to try. Even as I go through this, I want to continue to try to post videos for you each week. Because as you know, I'm into makeup, but I also want to pull you into my lifestyle and things that I do, not just makeup, but other things too. So this is why I decided to share this story with you this week. I mentioned in my Christmas video that I wanted to get to know you guys a little better, and hopefully you'd get to know me a little better. And with that, I had some questions sent in to me. So I thought I'd answer a few of those questions each week so you can get a little bit of insight as to who I am. And the question was what was life like growing up as a child in England? Now, to be quite honest with you, I was a little unprepared for this question because I didn't see this one coming. But I did say I wanted to be as transparent as I possibly could. So, here goes. As a child, I was born in Manchester, England, and raised between Manchester and London. So I've experienced both. But I was actually raised in a foster home in England, which had its challenges. So when I think about my childhood, I have to being really honest. Growing up in England was pretty tough. It had a lot of questions about, you know, my life and why I was where I was, and a lot of unanswered questions. And it was pretty difficult, to be quite honest with you. And I think I'll probably go into more detail with that at another time. But yeah, it was not easy growing up in England. We all experience different things through our childhood and things like that. And I will open that Pandora's box one day, but not today. There's too many other things I need to tell you today. But yeah, it was a pretty tough childhood. Not many people believe that, but it actually was. It's not easy growing up in foster care. For them, some of you who are watching this may have grown up in foster care and know how tough it can be. Fortunately, I wasn't one of those children that was shuttled from home to home. I did actually end up staying in one particular home, but that too has its challenges. But again, we will go into that another time. So yeah, growing up in England was pretty tough. There were some really good times, and there were some very, very difficult times. I think more difficult than good. But hey, I'm doing okay now. Now, with that being said, let's get to this week's video. But before we do, I have to tell you, normally I usually like to use a neutral paint on my hands because I like my hands to look presentable, because as I'm working, you're actually watching my hands. But this week I decided to try some little tips on my fingers. Big mistake. I could not do anything. I really struggled with these things on. And I remember as a kid, we'd get these little things and we'd just click them on. I actually should have taped myself actually applying them, because that in of itself was a bit of a joke. And then trying to work with them was even worse. So I have to be honest with you, this tape is rather rushed. And there are times when you actually won't see me working. You won't see my hands. And I was a bit of a klutz throughout this video, but I really wanted to post this week. The young woman I work with is actually beautiful. A beautiful, fabulous, sexy 60-year-old who decided that she wanted to surprise her husband looking fabulous and sexy at 60. So I've given you a little insight to me. Please keep sending in those questions because I will try each week to answer them for you. But let's get to the video and let me know what you think. So this is Kim Sarator, and she is fabulous and sexy at 60. Earlier on in the morning, Kim prepped her skin using her daily skin regimen, which was the product called Meaningful Beauty by Cindy Crawford. I then followed that up by using MAC Strobe Cream and Prep and Prime Primer. After sculpting the brows, I used Nars Longwear Concealer as a base for applying the eyeshadow. The eyebrow pencils will be listed below. As the based eyeshadows, I used two colors from BenNye, one called Ice and one called Shale. I started building on the lower lid of the eye with a Smoky taupe and Espresso, blending the two together to give that smoky effect. I started with the Smoky taupe really close to the upper root of the lash line and building it up to the center crease of the eye, just intensifying the color and adding more depth by enriching the color. So I started with the lighter gray and then built with the Espresso. I wanted to add a little more intense drama to the eye, so I went over the Espresso and the taupe with a thin layer of midnight blue, like a deep midnight shimmery blue, and it really gave the eye the pop that I was looking for. After popping on a pair of fabulous Wispy Diva lashes, I then lined the inside of the waterline with a color called 12HR, and then I smoked underneath with a soft kohl pencil called Green No. 14, also a Sephora pencil. I then lined the upper lid of the eye with the MAC Black Track Cream Liner. Kim has combination skin, so in some areas you'll find that her skin is a little drier and then other areas a little more oily. So I wanted to make sure that her skin got that nice dewy effect and was enriched with moisturizer. So I used the Voluminous Silk Armani foundation, and then for contour, for the depth, I used the Nars Longwear Radiant foundation. So she got a combination of both that would keep her skin hydrated and illumified. Look at that contour, darlings. A face is nothing without some good contour. The more the better. Not too scary, but to contour out those features and make them pop. Don't you just love it? You see Kim here talking to me. She's like, Tanaj, give me more contour, darling. A woman after my own heart. After the contour, we added some Studio Fix light powder and some loose powder just to finish and smooth everything off. To even out Kim's natural lip line, I used two pencils from MAC, one called Subculture and the other one called Stripdown. I did that just to add a little more emphasis into the lip to make them look a little fuller, appear a little fuller, and give them a bit more depth. I filled in Kim's lip with a fabulous little nude lipstick in the name of Stripped, I think it's called, from MAC Cosmetics. It's like a peachy pink, very subtle, but it gave a really nice pop and fullness to her lip. It was a really great match for her skin tone. To complete the look, I finished off with a cocktail of blushes. Now you know me, I can't use just one, so I blended about 3 or 4 together. It's much more fun that way. I added a little bronzer to finish everything off, and there you are. Voila, my darlings. Sexy and 60, or 60 and sexy. Let us know what you think. Well, darlings, I hope you really enjoyed that video. I think Kim looked amazing and she was very happy. So I'm looking forward to hearing what her husband thought of her new smoky, sexy eyes. Oh boy, we are facing some serious change. Like the seasons, you have to go through them. Me, with my own personal season, a new season in my life, from moving to a new home, and hopefully, you know, this year 2021 will be a fabulous year for me. I'm putting out there that I'm definitely going to find love this year. Not just the love of my fluffy little puppy, but the love of a good man. Is there anyone out there? We also have a new president and vice president entering into office, so there's a lot going on. So those of you who may be out there going through change yourself, we have to embrace it. I say we because I am with you. We have to embrace it, and I know at times it can be difficult and a little scary because I'm experiencing all those emotions. But I wish you all, those of you who are going through change, and as a country we really are going through change, I pray that everything, the change that you're going through, goes through smoothly, it is successful, and you find a new happiness. That being said, my darlings, have a truly blessed and beautiful week. Hopefully I'll see you at the same time, same place. Well, maybe not the same place. Hopefully I would find something fabulous to move to by then. If not, then it will be the same place at the same time. And please, in the meantime, be kind to one another. We are going through so much, and we could all use a little kindness. Take care. Bye-bye.